Hello, I'm making this video because there's no other information on the internet about it, but you may be experiencing a problem with your NDX 400 Numark CDJ, where the lights will start going mental when you push the Q button. Obviously this one is okay, but it wasn't. It actually used to do this. There you go, brake lights come on, keep pushing that tap button, there you go, brake, the record light's coming on. Normally the tempo light will come on and keep pushing it. Let's have a look. Just keep pushing it like mad. It's doing some things. It should go into CD mode if I keep pushing it. It's not always doing it. What it is because it's a faulty button and it's not actually opening the circuit properly. Because all these buttons are just open and close circuits. And then the computer works the rest out without getting technical about it. Basically, when I was pushing the Q button, it was sometimes queuing, sometimes wasn't. Obviously it starts doolallying. When you're in the middle of a mix, you're pushing the Q button, it suddenly goes to CD mode and you lost your track. That's not what you need. But obviously what I did is I got my old trusty test voltmeter out, put it onto the continuity testing. If you don't know anything about that, then you need to learn about that. Just do a basic test of an open closed circuit. So you put them on straight onto the solder joints on the back, which I'll show you in a minute. And basically check when you push the button, check on the reader, you should get a full open circuit if it's working properly. With this I was only getting half a reading, basically like half of an open circuit. Okay, just a quick glimpse inside. Take out the black screws underneath, carefully slide the top off. Remember this ribbon's connected to here and this cable here connected to here. Take them off carefully, slide it over. This will come off and this will come off. Just get your nails underneath it, give it a wiggle. You might find a different way of getting it off, but I'm just wiggling it. There you go. So once them two things are off and you've undone all the screws, the board will just fall out. Right, for your case you'll need to take all these screws out, the silver ones, there's lots of them. Not forgetting this ribbon here just slides off. Undo this little clip here, take the ribbon off, take them all out, and then the board will just come out. Once you've got the board out, you'll clearly see the two little switches, micro switches, and basically you'll need to, so there's one there, that's the Q button right here. The light's not brilliant in here, I'll try and see if I can get it a little bit clearer for you. As you can see, I've soldered it. I'm not an expert, but it's soldered. And obviously here's the tap button. I took the tap button on first to see how easy it will come out, because if I damage that tap button, it didn't really matter to me as long as I don't damage the PCB. Obviously the track's around. So as long as you keep that soldering iron purely in that spot. I've also noticed this little bit on the side here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. That seems to be like a dead spot on the PCB, so you can slightly touch that with a soldering iron if you need to, because you've got to get your soldering iron around the pin to bend it a bit. Just do not touch the PCB board. As you can see clearly here, I haven't. I managed to do it. I swapped them over. Again, this one here is the Q one, and this one here is the tap button. Obviously, you have the board out. You'll be able to get them out, swap them over, put it all back in. Fingers crossed it works for you. Okay, just a quick overcap. I bought this unit with a dodgy CD drive. Wasn't told the Q button was faulty. I've swapped these buttons over and yeah, it worked for me. There was a fault with the button and now look, Q's every time, no fault. I was experiencing a fault with the tap button because I've swapped over the faulty one with that one, but now the button seems to be working properly again now. That can happen with a button I suppose, because the dirt inside the button, maybe it's moved. It's now getting a better connection. Oh, there you go, it just did it then. That little light just flashed up. So it's still trying to do the fault a little bit. That's only with the tap button, because purely that is the faulty button. Now my Q button's absolutely fine. Like I said, you can easily go and buy a brand new micro switch, just put a brand new one straight in the Q, job done. Your tap button won't be affected and you won't see the error again unless you get another faulty button. In my case, absolutely fine.